Okay, welcome back. Nice to see you here. Welcome to everyone online who's joining as well. I'm going to move into this topic of integrating the teachings into your daily life. This is going to help you to understand how to take what you're learning on the path to enlightenment, including what you learned here this week, into your life, because that's where you create the real improvement, right? If you just spent time learning over the last 5 days or 4 days and that's it, then okay, we had fun, we enjoyed ourselves, but it's where you integrate these teachings into your day-to-day life that the real improvement is happening. So you need to be able to build a sustainable long-term practice for yourself where you're regularly practicing the teachings. So I have that for you here, which won't take me very much time to actually share it with you, but what you would like to be able to do is attend weekly classes and in-depth learning experiences like this on an as-needed basis, where you're gradually, consistently learning, right? It's kind of like if you've ever been into like drip coffee, you like to drip, 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 right? And as you drip the teachings into your mind, that's where you're going to actually experience the real improvement. So by having these weekly classes where you can attend, obviously you're not going to be able to attend every single week, but if you're learning just, little by little by little, you'll be able to see that your mind is improving because it's slowly absorbing and learning what it is that you need to learn. So the group learning program, the Polycanon and English study group is really good for that on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays. Those are really excellent ways to learn. And then there's courses and retreats that you can attend on an as-needed basis, where you kind of have these more in-depth, learning experiences like this one for like 5 days. So you'd like to be doing a certain amount of that to continue to be learning. Then this book, Developing a Life Practice, The Path That Leads to Enlightenment, you'd like to be able to read this about 10, 15, or 20 minutes a day. You don't need to read much more than that. Some of these chapters, the entire chapter can be read in 15 minutes. There's only 2 chapters that are actually, it would take you an hour to actually read them. But, what you would really like to do is just get in the habit of reading like 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. It's kind of like if you took a big bite of pizza and you tried to chew it, it'd be really hard to chew it and digest it. But if you take these little tiny bites, it's much easier for you to be able to digest it, because you're not just reading for completion, you're reading to be able to independently verify what it is that you're learning so that you can then test it and see for yourself and cultivate the wisdom. So doing that in smaller increments is really helpful. And one of the things that you'll see is that if you're reading that way, about 10, 15, 20 minutes a day, that there'll be a situation that happened maybe 3 or 4 days ago, and you'll kind of like stumble into some teachings. You'll be like, oh, that's what I would have been wiser to do. That's really wise. Or you'll be reading something, and then like 5 days from now, you're going to experience that same situation. And now you'll be like, oh, I already have what I need in order to be able to solve this. I have the wisdom that I need. And it works really well this way if you're just reading little by little by little like that. Then you'd like to develop a daily practice of generosity, where you're frequently giving more than is strictly required in any given situation. This is going to help you to be able to train your mind to let go. So frequently giving and building that into your day-to-day life in the way that I talked about, where, you're just at the market and you're getting yourself some mangoes and you're like, let me toss some bananas in the bag. You may or may not even know who you're going to give them to at the time, but you just toss some extra fruit in there to be able to give it away to somebody. This is a good way to integrate generosity into your day-to-day life. Then you'd like to be working on improving your moral conduct, where you're regularly working on improving your speech, your action, and your livelihood. These are the 3 factors of the moral conduct section of the Eightfold Path. You need to be able to tweak that. And I don't know if you remember, I gave that suggestion where one of the things I used to do is I used to review them. The 5 factors of well-spoken speech, for example, before I'd go out in the morning, I would kind of review. After I'd done my meditation, I'd take like maybe 2 minutes and just look at the 5 factors of well-spoken speech, make sure I had them fresh in my mind. Then I would go out in my day and I would be practicing and trying to really hone that. And then in lunchtime, I would look at them again, and I would look at my kind of conversations, be like, oh, I wasn't speaking at the proper time. I was interrupting that guy. Oh, that's why that didn't go well. I need to improve that. And then I would like really work on that maybe for the next couple of weeks, just really honing in on just maybe that one aspect of practicing the 5 factors of well-spoken speech. So these posters that I have, you can take pictures of them, or you can download it from the internet on our website, and you can just kind of review it on your phone. It's so easy to just review it, maybe in the morning, at lunchtime, even in the evening. You can do that to be able to really bring your moral conduct up better and better. then you would like to be practicing meditation, developing a practice of 2 or 3 sessions per day of 30 minutes or more. And it's going to take you maybe 6 months, a year, even 2 years to be able to do this. I don't know if you realize that over the course of the last several days, I've been gradually increasing our meditation, where the first day we might have meditated for like 15 minutes. This morning we meditated for 30 minutes so that students could get a feeling of what that's like. So I've been gradually increasing it each morning and each afternoon to get to the point where you could see what a 30-minute session was like. So this morning, if you were like, oh, no big deal, that was, quite straightforward, you can see that you're already meditating 30 minutes. Or if you were like, wow, that was a real stretch, that really felt like a lot of meditation, you can just see where you're at. And now you can just grow towards what the goal is, which is to have 2 to 3 sessions for 30 minutes. That would be ideal. But it's going to take you time to do that, and realize that you're not in a race. You're not in a competition with anybody. If you have friends or family that are into these kinds of things and they're already meditating, a certain amount of time, okay, that's up to them. That's their practice. You're in your own journey. You don't need to race or be in a competition with anybody. And then as you're going, you're going to need help. So you're going to need to seek guidance from somebody to get help. It's only a Buddha that would be able to get to enlightenment by themselves. So you're going to need somebody that you can reach out to. So be sure you have somebody that you can trust and feel like you can reach out to in any way that you feel is appropriate to be able to get the help that you need. So this is how you can integrate these teachings into your day-to-day life to be sure that you're actually practicing and growing your practice on a day-to-day basis. Do you have any questions on anything here? No questions? Okay. So normally what I do at this point is I talk about the field trip. I'll just share that with you. And then if the others come, well, I can share it with them too, is that what we do is we meet here at 9 o'clock, and then there'll be other people who join us that aren't part of the class. And what I'll do is I just kind of welcome everybody. We'll start with meditation. We'll do a meditation. And then after the meditation, I will share with people what I'm sharing right now. I will share it again so that the people that are new here, that they'll understand what we're doing and they know what they're choosing to do. What we're going to do is I'm going to organize the red trucks to be able to give us transportation to 2 different temples. First, Wat Umong, which is a forest temple, and then Wat Doi Suthep, which is up on the mountain, and then come back down here. So we're going to spend about an hour and a half or so at the Wat Umong, which is a forest temple, so you can see what that's like. These are 2 different branches of teachings in Thailand, where you can see the forest temple and the temple up on the mountain, which I refer to as a city temple, but they're not all in the city. So we're going to spend time there. I'm going to be sharing the artwork, the architecture, the symbolism. It's kind of like a classroom without walls. We'll just walk around and help you to learn. Then we'll move from the Wat Umong to up on the mountain. There's a restaurant there that we eat at. It's a Hill Tribe restaurant. The people who own it are from the Hill Tribes. And we have a nice lunch. They have a big, thick menu with all kinds of options to be able to eat. And then afterwards, we go into the mountain temple. It's called Wat Doi Suthep. It's a different branch of teachings. And I'll tour you guys around there as well. And then we'll come back down here. And we usually get here around 5 o'clock. And then tomorrow, because it's Friday, we have our social event. It's a temple movie fun night where we're going to be showing a movie tomorrow, where we just kind of have like a little party going on, and people come that that are part of our community. We usually have some music playing. We watch movies or a movie. Sometimes we bring out our popcorn machine. We have a popcorn machine to be able to pop popcorn, and we have a good time. So you're welcome to attend that too if you like. So tomorrow from 9 to 5 is essentially the event that we're going outside. And you really don't need anything other than just a little bit of money in your pocket. If you have about 600 baht or so, you'd probably be fine, depending on what you like to eat and how much you spend in shopping or things like that. But you wouldn't need anything more than that, because the transportation usually ends up being between 200 to 300 baht because it's shared by the people here. And then your food is maybe like another 100, 150 baht. And then there's a little bit of an entrance fee in the temple. So 600 baht would be more than enough to cover, the trip tomorrow. So that's our plan for tomorrow. Do you have any questions on that? No? Okay. All right. So what I usually do in the afternoon, because each afternoon I've been teaching and I've been helping you guys to meditate and kind of like this. But now that you're moving into going off on your own and not necessarily being part of the class regularly where you're going to be needing to meditate, what I do in Thursday afternoon is I give you all these options, that these are potential options that people like to kind of do, because now that I've taught you all these things, it's kind of like the teacher kind of turning you loose in the lab, if it was like a science lab or something like that, where I've been initiating meditation and you guys have been choosing to do it, but now I'm not even going to initiate meditation. I'm just going to let you guys, do whatever it is that you would like to do for the rest of the day. Some people like to do the breathing meditation of either seated, lying, standing, or walking, and they like to do that. Some people like to ask me questions related to the path to enlightenment and the teachings that they've been learning. Maybe there was a talk I did on Monday that they've thought about it. Now they have questions about that. So some people would like to do that. Some people like to practice generosity and do some cleaning around the temple because that we've been here for a while. Maybe they would like to kind of help clean up and make sure the temple's nice for the next group of people. Some people like to just go home and just be like, oh, I'm just going to get some rest for tomorrow. So these are all options. It's really up to each individual to decide for themselves. I'll probably hang out here until people decide that they're headed out. But these are just some things that you might decide to do today. And of course, I don't have the one up here if some people like to just go home, because that's an option as well. But it's your life, it's your decisions, it's your results, just like everything else. And if you need help from me or support from me in any way, I'm going to be around to help people. But it's up to you what you would like to do. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah. So in this door next to the bookshelf, that's our storage room. Everything you'll need is in there. And then inside each bathroom, there's like a cabinet. If you open up the cabinet, you'll see some stuff in there as well. So between those two places, that's where all the cleaning supplies are. For things. So sometimes people like to clean the bathroom. Some people clean the main hall. There's a vacuum in there. Some people like to vacuum the carpet. There's also some people sometimes like to clean the hallway or outside in the lobby. It's really up to you what you would like to contribute. Of course, I don't have any expectation, but it's all that's available for you, that the people tend to do those kinds of things and those types of cleaning. And if you need any help while you're doing it, let me know. I can surely help. Okay. All right, so I'll just end by thanking you for joining. Thank you for everyone online who might have been participating. Appreciate your interest in learning and growing. We'll pick things up tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock with some meditation and headed out on the temple tour. And if you're here, that'd be great. And if not, we're going to still do meditation. I'm still going to be live streaming it. So if you guys are in other parts of the world that you can't be here for the temple tour, you can actually still attend the meditation in the morning. And then there's also a video online, and there's also a walking audio tour that you can listen to online, and there's YouTube tours online as well. So you'd still be able to essentially learn the same things that I'm going to be teaching as we go around on the tour, but you can do it online as well. So I'll share those things tomorrow. So have a very lovely and wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Sawadee krap.